US President Donald Trump has said Lebanon and Israel have agreed to begin a 10-day ceasefire at 10 o'clock tonight after he spoke to the leaders of both countries on the phone. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Lebanese President Joseph Aoun have now been invited to the White House for further talks.
Lebanese paramedics mourn their colleague killed in an Israeli airstrike as Tel Aviv continued its bombardment today, destroying the last remaining bridge linking southern Lebanon to the rest of the country. But the strikes might finally be coming to an end after Donald Trump announced on social media that Lebanon and Israel have agreed to a 10-day ceasefire starting at 10 p.m. tonight, following his separate calls with the leaders of the two countries, and said he invited Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Lebanese President Joseph Aoun to the White House. Earlier, President Aoun refused a US request for a direct phone call with Benjamin Netanyahu, saying that a ceasefire must be declared before any talks could take place. Bassem Hejazi in Beirut was against peace talks with Israel. Why should we accept it after all they've done? All the young men that are gone and the houses? No, definitely not direct talks at least, he said. Residents in northern Israel had mixed feelings about a possible ceasefire.
I'm against the ceasefire because if we do the ceasefire right now, it's going to be a problem because we have to get into the war again.
I think it would be best for the people of Lebanon and the people of Israel to end this war.
Iran is still indirectly in contact with the US in talks that the White House called productive. But US Central Command said it has turned around 14 vessels since its blockade of the Strait of Hormuz, which Tehran has called piracy, began on Monday.
For as long as it takes, we will maintain this blockade, successful blockade. But if Iran chooses poorly, then they will have a blockade and bombs dropping on infrastructure, power, and energy.
For now, the Iran ceasefire is holding, but that is scheduled to end on April 22nd. Fergal Gallagher, RTE News.
Well, let's speak to our Washington correspondent, Jackie Fox, now, who's standing by. Jackie, how significant would this ceasefire be between Lebanon and Israel on the path to an overall cessation of violence in the Middle East?
Sharon, this is very significant on many different fronts. So Donald Trump said the ceasefire happened after he spoke separately to the leaders of Israel and Lebanon. And it follows that historic meeting in Washington this week between representatives of both sides, the first time in decades. And now we also have the possibility of both leaders meeting in the White House following that invitation from Donald Trump, which would be a major achievement for the Trump administration. It could be Donald Trump's version of the Camp David Accords from 1978 between Israel and Egypt. So even though this issue is partially resolved, it is going to be a very fragile ceasefire. And this comes as Donald Trump is trying to negotiate and make a deal with Iran. And what was happening in Lebanon was really holding that back. So this breathes new life into negotiations between the United States and Iran. Something needed to be done to move forward. And this ticks the box of one of those sticking points that the two sides were stuck on. But it also builds trust. The next step here on what we're possibly expecting is an announcement that a second round of negotiations will take place between the United States and Iran in Islamabad, in Pakistan, in the coming days, because the platform there seems to be there now and the momentum seems to be there for it now too.
Washington correspondent Jackie Fox, thank you.